First off, before we start this video, I want to go on ahead and thank you guys for the 10,000 subscriber goal that we just hit. This would not be possible without you guys. This is the most success I've ever seen in any sort of content creating. I am just so happy, and thank you guys for supporting my content and the journey all the way through. We are now on the way to 20,000 subscribers, so let's go on ahead and get to that by getting into this video. WWE 2K25 is right around the corner, and we have universe mode, which is a big topic of discussion because it has not gotten the needed or deserved attention that it should have gotten over the past couple of years. I want to talk about how we can make this mode good and what was wrong with it in 2K24 that we can go into 2K25 and expect some changes. So let's go on ahead and get into it, y'all. Let's go. All right, y'all, so when you guys notice, we get in here and it is the beginning of the universe mode. We see that there are pay-per-views all over the place, which respectfully so, we get it. This is the calendar or whatnot. Pay-per-views were about 3 weeks out for a little bit, so I completely get it. But when you guys go to WrestleMania, you guys see that it is not on 2 nights. PLEs are still on Sunday. There are no Saturday PLEs, which makes you think, what is going on here? And no, you can't even add it to Saturdays if you wanted to. You have to go on ahead and create a major or minor show, which is a reoccurring show that happens every week. There is no way to go on ahead and put in a PLE for Saturdays, and there's no way to put a 2-day PLE for Saturday and Sunday. So when you look at this, you're like, man, what is going on here? Why isn't this done? And yes, it's such a small detail that doesn't really take away from the mode, but when you really get to it and think about it, we've been experiencing 2-day PLEs for the past couple of years now, and to think that something like this is not updated is kind of crazy. But my expectations being that so many people complained about stuff like that this year, I do think that for 2K25 we can expect for something like this to be fixed. So I am, happy to think about the fact that it may be fixed, because I do think that it's a small minor detail, but when you want to have a large giant WrestleMania card, it doesn't allow you to, because the pay-per-view I believe only takes up to like 12 or 13 matches, might be less, can't remember. Let me know down in the comments and correct me. And one other issue that I have here with universe mode, and this may be just an issue that revolves around the entire game, and that is just the character locks, right? So when I have Roman Reigns as champion and I want to put him under the tracksuit attire, I have to change that. At least in universe mode, there should be a way to go on ahead and just mesh those characters together and be able to switch back and forth whatever attire you want, because then it messes with the title reigns, the statistics of what the game has for you in the mode. So that's just my 2 cents. I hope that that is something that is eventually looked into. I know that it may take some time because this is like a my faction connected thing, so I am hoping that this is something that's worked on in the future. But just wanted to point that out, man. I want to see some of these like quality of life improvements happen. That's more of a quality of life improvement that would be added into the game. They did a lot of that in 2K24, and I would love to see more things added for 2K25's universe mode, because if we can go back when we first saw universe in 2K24, we all thought that this was kind of a dud. It was something that looked very similar, very repetitive to what we saw back in 2K23, aside from the added cutscenes. So I would love to see something like that added with the characters. Rivalries are a big thing in 2K24, and a lot of people complain that there should be ways to do a triple threat and a fatal 4-way rivalry, and I 100% believe that that's something that we should be able to do. Hell, we should have cutscenes that allow us to go out there and do universe mode stuff with special guest ref matches. I should have a rivalry cutscene that I can announce, this is the special guest referee for this match, and go on ahead and get something like that done. There are a couple things here, man, that again, back to quality of life, universe mode most definitely needs something like that added into the game, because fatal 4-ways happen all of the time, for the titles. I mean, look at last year at the Royal Rumble. We had Roman Reigns, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and I believe Randy Orton, and this is something that I think should be in the game, man. I really think that it should be in the game. Triple threat rivalries happen all the time. I just would personally love to see stuff like that for the rivalries and for them to work correctly. It feels like you press on some of these settings and they don't work correctly. So me personally, I would love to see some of those things added when it comes down to this. So just my 2 cents, man. I know that everything can't happen, but these are, again, quality of life improvements. Maybe that's more of an added feature, adding fatal 4-way and triple threat rivalries, but I do think that it's something that will be worth it in the long run. This is a weird one, I'd say, and I have to put it out there because this is solely just supposed to be my thoughts, but I figured I'd go on ahead and throw it out there, man. Tag teams. So I really hope that in the future we are able to go on ahead and get tag teams that we do in exhibition and import them into universe mode. That way, every time that I start a universe mode, I don't have to go and do the tag teams again. There should be something where I can just import all of my tag teams from the exhibition into universe mode. That way I don't have to do that again. So just my 2 cents with that. I know it's a small detail and it goes back to quality of life, but personally I do think that that is a problem, and I hope to see that fixed at some point for sure. In the future, I would like to see some more options for Money in the Bank cash in. I believe at one point we were able to choose that we wanted to cash in the middle of the match. We're no longer able to do that. I do hope that that is something that is, paid attention to. It feels like these features leave the game all the time, and I just would love to see something like that actually worked on. Me personally, man, I think that Money in the Bank is one of the funnest things, especially when you are actually, playing the game. It's one of the funnest things that you can do in universe mode. Here on my end, you guys see that there is a post-match cash in, but it is predetermined. I would like to just be in a crazy match and be able to go on ahead and press the button, pause, cash in Money in the Bank, and the guy comes out and cashes in. Here you guys see in the cutscene, Seth freaking Rollins has just finished their match. Damian Priest's music plays and they make their way to the ring, handing the referee their Money in the Bank to cash in against Seth freaking Rollins for an immediate championship match. Again, this is cool, and I'm not criticizing 2K for it. I'm actually just asking for more options to be able to cash in. Money in the Bank is one of the most creative things in WWE, in my opinion. Being able to cash in whenever, that's what makes it fun. Being able to do that after a wrestler has a tough match that you didn't expect to have, and being able to go in there, click the button to cash in, I think that would make this game mode a lot funner, especially when you have Mr. Money in the Bank out there. The fact that we don't have promos yet is disappointing. This is something that's actually wrong with the game and wrong with universe mode. Something that I would love to see added back into the game. I know it's a small detail, but I would just love to see it, because instead of me running a regular old, fight or backstage brawl all the time, I would love to be able to get a promo in, even if it's not much, but at least you see that and you don't have to book a match for these wrestlers every week. If you're in the middle of an intense rivalry, you can throw in a promo in there. You can throw in something else, just more variety to rivalries and things like that. And I feel like we are missing that for years now, because promos is not a thing, in the games. And I hope that that is something that makes its return back to the game. And I think 2K25, again, they've been doing a lot of quality of life improvements. They've been making some bigger improvements. So I do hope that 25, promos are slated for it. I think that it's something that should be a priority at this point, and universe mode as a whole should be our priority, honestly. All in all, this mode is a good mode. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in the universe mode, but I feel like there is a lot of limitations and not enough quality of life improvements over the past couple years, where I think it's actually hurting the game mode. I would love to see a draft mode in WWE 2K25. I would even love to see it implemented into My GM, where you got a universe mode, My GM, where you can go on ahead and mesh them together. That way you get everything that you wasn't getting in a universe mode with My GM features, because My GM already has a draft. It's ahead of the curve. Universe mode just seems to be staying behind. So me personally, I would love to see a lot of these things added, and that's just my 2 cents, man. So I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens with WWE 2K25. I figured I'd make a video like this because I know a lot of people have a lot of thoughts on what's going on with the game. We still don't know nothing about the game. This is just all pure speculation, rumors, whatever you want to call it. Me personally, I would love to see a ton of things fixed. So that's the reason why I made this video. And there's still a whole lot of stuff, that could be wrong and that you could call out with universe mode. But these are, some of the bigger concerns to me. And I hope to see a lot of these things improved on. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one. Let me know down below what you guys want to see next. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.